어둔데 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 어두녀 어둔데 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 어두녀 둔 말에 좋아하고 뱀이요 이래 어둔데 이래 어둔데 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 어두녀 어둔데 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 어두녀 준말에 좋아하고 뱀이요 이래 이래 어둔데 이래 이래 어둔데 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 어두녀 어둔데 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 어두녀 준말에 좋아하고 뱀이요 이래 이래 어둔데 이래 이래 어둔데
Welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing? Are we synced up? It's been 2 weeks. I just got my studio back together, and I'm not sure all the cameras are in focus. But welcome. Let's say hello. How's the sound, by the way? I'm kind of keeping one eye on the chat, but as usual, I'm juggling a lot of things over here. So welcome, and thanks, Roseanne, for being here nice and early and dropping in as our moderator, host, information gatherer, and presenter of many ideas and greetings to all. Bill, you're here nice and early. Sue, welcome. And the sensational Sienna Price. Welcome back, Sienna. Champion Morris are here. Welcome. Jesse James and Neil. And I think that's everybody. And it sounds good. Okay, good. I think this camera is a little, I don't know. Does this camera look like it's got some, like it's like a little fuzzy? I don't know. I was trying to troubleshoot. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. I was, I put my studio back together this afternoon, and I was just like, please work, because usually I have a little more time. But anyway, you don't need to know about that. Yeah. By the way, this shirt, this was a sample that I ordered, and I don't know why the type is so small and like a little off center, but it kind of works for the video. And my neighbor's dog is there, as always. It's slightly out of focus. All right, let me see. You know what? Let me see if I can focus it. I'll show you guys what I do to focus my camera, because I know it kind of bothers me, but here's what I do. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to put the what on the chair. Put my headphones down. Watch this. So I usually put this right here, and now let's see. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can. I don't know. It doesn't really give me any focus help. Is that better? That looks a little better. Yeah, we'll go with that. This lens that I'm using right now is a manual lens, so it doesn't, autofocus. Usually, my other lenses are they're made for the cameras, and this one is a third party, and you don't. Again, extraneous, superfluous information, but that's why. Yeah, that looks better. It's also pretty zoomed in, so. But I can do this, and then I'm over here. I can show you guys stuff. All right, so let's do that. Let's go straight ahead to the next featured portion of the show.
Guess the sound.
And oh shoot, I was supposed to be. Is that? Oh, you guys didn't see that. I was trying to. I'm looking at the wrong monitor. All right, this doesn't really work like this. Hold on. Hello. See, I had this set up for a different. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something. There we go. Now it just looks like a set of ears. All right. I'm just trying to not be super crowded here. All right. Here's the hey Cornelius. Welcome. We're getting back. We're getting back at it. Okay. This should be pretty easy for you guys. Here it is. And the dog. All right. What is it? I need the correct. Cornelius was on there. Look at that. I was just about to say, I need the correct word, not the scraper thingy, Cornelius. And I was specifically addressing you. But yeah, the Wera, pretty easy. I haven't played it in a while, and it seemed like a good idea. And Roseanne agrees. That's awesome. You know what I want to do later? I'm just going to take this over there to my neighbor's fence and just. I think it's probably what he's barking. Now there's two of them. All right. Well, let's put that aside. Cornelius, you get all the points today, which Is that Tarpon? Tarpon. Hello. Tarpon, how many points should Cornelius get for correctly guessing the sound today, which was the wera? You can decide, but it has to be under 100. All right, we're not going to get into millions of points anymore because, you know, not that they matter, but it's too many. Too many points. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to talk about some of the instruments I started with. The first one I was playing at the opening is the tinkatong, and the tinkatong is it's a tongue drum or a slit drum. Sometimes we call them a tuned tongue drum. I'm getting a lot of shadows over here. Let me show you on the side. So that, right, and what I was doing here is this is a D minor, but it has a F. I think that was the right way. Was that right? Oh yeah, this way. I was wondering why it was slightly off. Let me come up over here. All right, so this is the tinkatong, and I figured out that, so let me see. Let me back up. This is basically, we think of this as a D minor. But D minor, of course, has F major within it as the relative major. And the song I was singing, I just learned this. I wanted to challenge myself to do it today. So that was my sort of like, I'm going to learn this for the live stream piece. And I decided to start with this little tongue drum or slit drum, and this is the melody. So I was just playing around with this just to give myself a pitch reference. Yeah, so that's a pretty good key for me, is F major, to sing this one. It's in my kind of upper third range. And so that's what that was. And then we had, just as long as we're on the melodic things, we had the Native American style flute, and I used this bass D flute from Mad Max, which I've used a lot of times before, and I like this particular sound. So I was playing it here. I could use one more note lower, but I don't have it on this. But that was the flute, D minor, a D minor flute, but playing it kind of in F major. And then we had, well, I'm going to just stick over with whatever's right in front of me. So I've had this. This is a fiberglass talking drum made by Jag drums. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I've had this probably 35 years, and it still sounds good. All original heads and everything. I don't play talking drum that much, but I like to give it a try every once in a while. Welcome, Mick. And anyone else come in here? And thank you. I did enjoy my vacation, and I'll tell you a little bit about it later. But I'm hoping to have some videos and photos to share. I shared some on Facebook, but there's so much footage from scuba diving. I haven't had to go through it yet. I haven't had the time. We also had, so that was talking drum. We also had sistrum, right? Which is a nice sound, nice metallic sound. And then I use this Gankogwi bell for the bell, double bell, which is a little bit in the region. I'm not sure in Nigeria that they use. I don't think they use that particular bell. That's more Ghana, but pretty close neighbors-ish, Nigeria and Ghana. So I use that bell. Not that I was trying to. This is just my own arrangement here. We had the Bugarabu, this guy, right? Which, as you remember, I kind of rehabbed this. I got it for $100 a few weeks ago. Kind of happy with it. Although I think I'm going to have it reheaded. I might take it down to Motherland Music. If I do, I'll make a video. But I think it needs a new head. at least I think it would be good to have a new head. And then I had a couple congas over here. Well, one, I played the low one, which you can't see. You can barely see it here. So that's the low conga. And then we had the cajon down here. Oh, you can see the congas there. We had the cajon. I hope this cajon is sounding as good to you guys as it is to me. I love this cajon. And this is a Kopf percussion. Well, you can see the name right there. KOPF, which means head in the Deutsch, right? Head in German. So Kopf percussion. And I like to use that instead of like big drums, like doon-doons and things. I mean, I think the cajon really makes a nice substitute for bass drums, you know. So that's what I do because I'm just in my little studio here, and I think it sounds good. I think it might sound better than a doon-doon in some cases, also because doon-doons need a lot of space to resonate, but it's also kind of hard to mic. It seems like it'd be easy to get a good bass drum sound. It's actually really hard, I think. So I have more luck with the cajon here than I do trying to get a big drum in here and mic it. And usually when I have large drums in a small room, it doesn't really work that well. It can, but it's hard. All right. Anything else that I missed? I was singing. So this song is another Babatunde Olatunji song, and it's on, I believe it's Drums of Passion, the beat. Let me see. I was listening to it right before we started, so I think it's still right here. It's this one. Let me show you. If you can see. Can you see the, I know it's not in focus, but you see the album cover? Let me see. Well, you can hear it. But it's the one that looks like that. So that's, I'm not going to play much of it because YouTube will tag me, and then I will never be able to monetize anything. It's sad. I can't even play you guys a music sample, and they'll just tag it, and then I'll have to give them the whole 8 cents that I earn from the live streams. But anyway, Drums of Passion. I think it's Drums of Passion, the beat, but it's Odunde, O-D-U-N, and then D-E. And it basically just means it's a celebration. It's like a New Year's celebration. And when I say New Year celebration, I don't know what calendar or when the year starts. You know, there's a lot of New Year celebrations around the world that don't necessarily start with the, you know, is it the Judeo-Christian calendar, like what we celebrate in the U.S. As New Year's. I'm not saying it's that. It's probably not, but it's a New Year celebration, and you can look it up. Here's a tip though, you guys, because I went through this. What you want to do is, if you want to see you know what, I'm going to post it on Patreon for my patrons over there, and I might, you know, try to teach it, or I'll just post the lyrics and maybe, you know, a reference to this live stream, because then you have both if you want to listen. But if you look up, it's pretty funny. If you look up lyric meaning for Odunde, it'll even say Babatunde Olatunji Drums of Passion. If you look it up, and when you go, in fact, you should do this because it's just weird and funny. What you find is this weird, like, whole story about like somebody who got jilted by a lover or something, or it's this whole like tirade. Like it's weird. It's like this weird punk love song thing, tirade lyrics, and it has nothing to do with what the song's actually about. So what I did, so I'm just letting you guys know, Juke's Joint, late to the party, but always nice to have you at any time. I was just talking about this lyrics to this song. So the song is Odunde, and it's a celebration song, like a New Year's celebration song. But what I did is I copied the lyrics from the what is it? I forgot the ethnic group. And I pasted it into Chat GPT. And I said, what are these? What's the English translation for these lyrics? And Chat GPT did an amazing job. It said, oh, this looks like blah, blah, blah language. And it just like translated it. So I didn't look up the lyrics online because what you will find if you search is just like kind of garbage. It's not good information. So I used Chat GPT to just do a translation, of the lyrics in the native language, and that was better. So I have that, and I'll share that with patrons. But anyway, celebration song. So and I had done this with my friend and my friends and colleagues Suzanne Tang and Gilbert Levy for some school assemblies, and Suzanne was doing it, and I thought, well, I want to learn that one because that's another good Babatunde Olatunji song I can add to the list. So you can do it really simply. You can just do the Odunde, 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 Otunyo, you can just do that. And then there's some other parts to the song. Yeah. Chat GPT, I know it's like the whole robots taking over thing, like Juke Strong said, but it's actually, it's growing on me because I use it for searching stuff and getting information, and then I don't have to go deal with all the pop-up ads on all the blogs and websites and all the cookies. And it's like, I'm trying to lose weight. I don't need tons of cookies. So I just type it in Chat GPT and it brings me back information. Now, it's not always correct. I realize that, but it's really not bad. It's kind of a better way to, I think, at this point, a better way to navigate stuff and find good information. So, little tip for you guys. All right. So we are nearing already, can't believe it, the halfway point. So get your Gimme 5 ideas out. Roseanne already put a note just to keep track of the instruments. But let's go over them again real quick. I'm going to use this view. So we have a boogaraboo. The boogaraboo is a West African drum. It's kind of like a cross between a djembe and a conga in sound. And it sounds like this. So, but I'm going to get a new head, and then we'll see. Congas are here. We've got the cajon. Man, that sounds good. We can include the wira. Why not? Where's the camera? Wira, and then the tinkatong is here, and I have another one over there. We've got the talking drum, which is, again, and I'm not an expert on this, but kind of got to wear it. And so the thing I like about the talking drum is that it goes really low. Right? And then pretty big range. And it's just a little guy, little tiny talking drum. And then, bells and rattles. We've got the sistrum here. All right, and some flutes, other stuff. So, and then of course ukulele. But what do I have in here? I've got the red one handy. Let me see if this is even in tune. Kind of. So that could be a possibility. All right, everyone. So yeah. While you guys are thinking about that, I will relay that I had a really nice trip to St. Croix. St. Croix is U.S. Virgin Islands. It is near the Haiti and Dominican Republic, and it's east of them, and also east of Cuba. It's sort of like, it's right above Venezuela. It's a little north of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's just south of the British Virgin Islands. And I had never been to the Caribbean at all, which is interesting because I've been all over, but never to the Caribbean. It's also east of Puerto Rico. And pretty nice, tropical. It's like kind of like Hawaii, right? It's Caribbean, it's tropical. We got rain, we got sunshine, and we were scuba diving pretty much every day, Sunday through Thursday and Friday morning. My wife came, and she doesn't scuba as much as me, but the whole scuba diving thing was her idea in the first place. So it was nice to go on a trip and do that together, and she did great, and I did fine. It was no problems, so that was good. The folks, the local folks, were super nice, and it's a weird island because there's like a wealthier, like developed side. The east end of St. Croix is where like the mansions are, and the wealthier people tend to live over there, and it's very separated, gated communities. And then the west side where we were is more, they call it's where the jungle is, the rainforest. It's a lot wetter, and it's more like where the folks live. And we were on the west and the north end of the western coast of the island. We dove off the beach. There's a pier, and then we dove off of in a bay on the north side. And so we're just walking down the beach, and you just swim out and go in the water. So it was really nice. We also did a couple boat dives, did some wreck diving, and I saw a lot of cool sea life, and it was fun. And I got certified as a rescue diver when I was there, so I can now do a little to help. So if you guys are ever scuba diving around me and you need help, don't hesitate to reach out, is what I'm saying. All right. So Roseanne is. I thought of my stepmother Suzanne because it was Mother's Day on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to those of you who are participating. But we all have a mother, so whether they're with us or not, let's remember and give thanks to all the mothers. And just as I'm reading this, so Juke's Joint just suggested, his give me 5, and you guys, and he included a meter, like 7/4, 7/8, whatever, medium tempo. So you guys can do that also. And vaguely cinematic Afro-Caribbean. All right, well, that's a challenge, but that's why we do these. So I can be challenged and hopefully, produce something interesting. And that's the idea with the Give Me 5. The Give Me 5s, it's kind of like improv theater, right? And I'm just gonna create something based on what you guys suggest. And sometimes I definitely am flying by the seat of my pants, and that's okay. So I'm gonna, while we're getting ready for that, I'm gonna go ahead and erase what I have in the looper, and I might set it up. So let me see. Let me show you. The looper is down here, and I use, just in case. I think everybody's been on the Tuesday Museday before, but in case you haven't, I use a RC505 MK2 loop station, and then this is my audio mixer. This is a QSC Touch Mix 8, and then this is a Blackmagic Design A10 Mini Pro ISO. This is for the video over here. So this is all video, audio, and then my looper is right here, and then I'm using my laptop, which you can see right in front of me. And that's all the gear, and I got a couple mics up here. So that is what we do to set up. Anyone else? Anyone else have a Give Me 5 suggestion? Also, if you're listening to this on the podcast version, I think this, again, I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure this gets put out on through Patreon. They have a thing with Spotify and podcasts where like you can select anything you post on your Patreon, and it becomes a podcast, right? Yeah, I think that's how it works. So I do have to link it like through Patreon, and I do try to do that. I'm not sure I don't always link sorry. I'm a little confused today. I'm out of practice. I don't always link the Tuesday Musedays through my Patreon page, but you can find it. And I'm just bringing that up because if you are listening to this as a podcast, then of course you're not seeing the things I'm talking about and referencing. So you might want to go to YouTube and watch it, or watch it at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Kalani. Alrighty. Okay, so Juke's Joint is the Gimme 5 selection. So I'm going to go ahead and change the meter to 7/8 somehow. Where's that? It's in here. I know you said 7/4, but I'm just going to go ahead and use 7/8 because it's a little easier. Same thing, really. It just depends how you phrase it. So I'm going to slow the tempo down a little. And we got that locked in. So we'll see what we can get going with that, you guys. Also, I just wanted to mention, look at this. Flute Aloha. We just had this last week, so that's why that that slide is still in there. Every spring, last 2 springs, I've hosted and presented a it's a flute event. It doesn't have to be Native American style flute. People play silver flute, and we had bansuris and all kinds of different flutes this year. But it's a small group, flute focused event for players to come, and we help produce you playing, and then we video and audio record it, and you get to play with really good players, including us, me, Suzanne Tang, who's an amazing artist, and her husband Gilbert Levy. They have a band called Mystic Journey, and if you want to listen to what they do, you can look up Mystic Journey or Suzanne Tang, Teng. And then we also invite a pianist and a guitar player, and they're all fantastic. And that's kind of one of the features of the event, is playing in this beautiful like church hall, chapel kind of thing, and then having these video and audio recordings of performance. And a lot of the people improvise, which is also fun. You can improvise, or you play a piece that you wrote, or you sort of come up with something, or some people play pre-composed pieces. Like one guy played Girl from Ipanema on the Native American style flute, and it was awesome. It's really fun. So if that's the kind of thing that might be of interest to you, you can email me about it, or just find me online. We don't really have a website right now, but I'll post something on the Kalani Music website later. But for now, we're going to go to our Gimme 5, or Gimme 7, as it were. All right. So again, let's see. We've got a 7-meter medium tempo, and we're going to do Boogaraboo Congas, Wiro Cajon Shaker. Okay. So pretty Latin. I might need to throw a cowbell in there. Man, do I have a shaker handy? Hang on. I think I need to grab a shaker. Stay right there. I'll be right back. I'm going to rummage through. I'm rummaging through a bag because I took some stuff for Flute Aloha, like this one, which is one of my favorites. It got a little beat up in the bag, and I had a leak. I had a BB leak. I also got this one, which you guys know I made from the Yakult yogurt containers. All right, I think that's good. Kashishi, maraca. All right. And then, you know what I'm going to do also, because it's good to get ready before you try to play stuff, to just, organize things. So I'm going to move things that I don't need so they're not in my way. And it's just, if you guys are going to play or perform somewhere, it's kind of a good practice So I might throw in a bell or something, so you'll get bonus instruments. All right, and 7, 8. Yeah, I think this is it, right? If there's anything else, put it in the comments. Weirdo. Oh, weirdo. Weirdo. How about a weirda? I don't even know where the weirdo is right now, unless you meant weirda. So I'll use weirda. All right, and then we'll see what happens. And cinematic. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'll try to do something. That just means a lot of reverb. All right, here we go. Let's do something. righty. Well, I think that was 7/4 Latin style cinematic, kind of ish. All right, thanks for the thanks for the compliment, Juke's Joint. I think Emil would have been proud, or at least excited, or approving. By the way, I did a couple sessions with Emil one time, and it was amazing. It was a soundtrack recording at Capitol Records, and that guy was amazing. He just, he had his vibes, and I remember he would sit there at the vibes or the marimba or the xylophone, whatever. He was a great mallet player, right? And he had his stool, and he brought in his stool, and he just sat there on the stool at the vibes. Because the guys, he knows what's up, and he knows you have to wait a long time. So he was just hanging out. But it was that was an amazing experience. But yeah, great guy. We all owe a lot to Emil Richards. And thanks, you guys. Thanks for the compliments. It was kind of cool. I kind of wanted to play some native flute over that, but I still have it in here, so maybe I'll do that a little later. Or maybe I'll do that on the outro. I don't think we have enough time for a whole nother Gimme Five. So you know what? We'll use this again for our outro music today. And Mick is here. What is my Corvette channel called? So I have a channel called The Driveway, and that is where I vlog like all my car and motorcycle stuff. Mostly it's been the Corvette, like the last 2 years or 3 years. I also have a lot of videos from when I did a 68 Chevy pickup truck, but I haven't posted a lot of those. I don't know if I will at this point, but yeah, I have that's the channel. It's called The Driveway. There might be other channels called The Driveway, so just look for the one with the red Corvette in the logo, and you can see what I'm doing there. I did just I might have mentioned this on this channel or on the live stream that I had went to Mexico, and I had some dental work done, and I also got the chrome on the car, the chrome for the Corvette re-chromed, right? So I got front bumper, back bumpers, a couple of other things. So eventually, when I get time and energy, I'll get back to it. I haven't worked on the car in a long time, actually, but I'm catching up. I want to do some more music stuff for everybody. And hey, thank you, Juan Carlo Concepcion. That is very generous. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that super chat donation. Thank you. And I hope wherever are you? Did we email? But if not, thank you so much. I could do it. You want a video of the studio tour? I have an older studio tour video on Patreon. It might be on the YouTube channel. I think it's more on Patreon. But I'll try to put something together with the little studio here because it's pretty tight in here, but it's fine. It's plenty of room. So yeah. So I'm gonna play a little more music for you guys, and I think what I'll play is I'm gonna play my shark flute, which is this one. It's hard to see, but it has a shark. Can you guys see that? It has a shark totem. As opposed to a Sharknado. It has a shark totem on the top. It's hard to see. It's not in focus, but you can see it there. And it's one of my favorite flutes. So I'm going to play over the 7 vibe, and we'll use that to go out today. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. And here's a little more music. Also, thank you, Roseanne, for showing up, and all the regulars. Great to see you all back, and see us at Patreon. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
World Drum Club.